Good morning, boys. So in this video, we're going to give some sales advice, but this is probably the most unorthodox sales advice that you're ever going to hear in your life. But it's also going to be some of the most impactful sales training that you've ever heard in your life, because it changed my life. I mean, throughout the last 6 years I've worked in sales. I've gone from door-to-door sales to cold calling to appointment setting management to having my own appointment setting coaching program, getting into closing, and then building a door-to-door sales team for one of the biggest energy companies in the UK. And now we're on a mission to scale the brand, to scale the business and hit six-figure months, right? It's like these are the lessons that I've helped. You can carry it across all of the different industries, but especially if you're in high-ticket sales, this is a lesson that I think high-ticket sales people need to know. Like, the only thing stopping you from making 10 grand a month in high-ticket sales is quite possibly this lesson. So, good morning here from Croatia. I'm in Croatia at the moment. And what I'm going to do, and stick around to the end of the video if you want to see the full thing, but I'm just going to fly my drone up for a second and just show you guys the view before we get into the sales training. And then if you want to stay around to the end of the video, I'll give you like a full-on 3-minute fly around on the drone, just because I bought it 2 days ago and I'm having a load of fun with that drone. What you're going to notice in sales and in online business as well, that there's just going to be some people that just tend to bang it. In life, there's just some people that just seem to do great things to the point where they'll have you believing that they are special, that they are meant to do great things. We all know people like that. I mean, I can think back to school. I can think back to when I was on the doors. I can think into even online coaching space. At the moment, there's certain people that are just banging it, and it's like, well, why are they banging it? And I truly think it all comes down to this thing that Julius Caesar used to talk about. So going back to the days of the Roman Republic, there's a really good podcast that you can watch on this. And I'm a big believer on researching and studying historical leaders of the past. Like, great people of history, study those guys. On YouTube videos, you're going to see a video about, okay, this is the way to handle this objection. Cool. We know all that already, though. Any high-functioning person's already studied these things. We've already watched the YouTube videos. We've already bought the courses. We've already taken notes and ingrained these things into our subconscious. Realistically, we know the strategies. We know the funnels. We know how to handle an objection. We know that already. But now, how do we get to the next level? What is the difference there between the people that are sick and the people that are not so good then? If we all know, if we all have access to the same information, we're not missing information. We're missing something else. And that's what I think we gain from studying these historical leaders, these great people of history. I'm not looking necessarily for their strategies, their sales tactics, or even their military tactics. But what I'm looking for is what's made them special. So, going back to the Roman Republic, is in the upper class of the Roman Empire, men were taught about something called auctoritas, and this is the thing that they would dedicate their lives to. If you was a Roman man, your purpose, basically, you would wake up every day with the purpose of maximizing your auctoritas. Auctoritas, what does that mean? So it's hard to give it like a modern day word, but there's close ones, right? So auctoritas, it means commanding presence. Commanding presence, which, like, the interpretation that I get from commanding presence is modern day aura. Like, commanding presence is like if you walk into a room and everyone stops. If you walk into a room and you can say please bring me my coffee, then someone is going to actually sit there and bring you a coffee. Commanding presence, auctoritas, I like to think of it as the modern day word for aura. Now, aura sounds a little bit gay because it's been brain rottified. Sounds gay, I know, but I'm not talking about silly TikTok aura. I'm talking about genuine aura, presence that you can feel. You can feel it through a camera. You can feel it when you're with them in person. When you do a mastermind, it's like everyone seems to just want to listen to that person. That is aura. I look at that word and I all of a sudden, I hear about how all of the Romans of the upper class used to dedicate their life to that word. The people that would thrive in Rome, the people that would make it to the top, are the people that had the most auctoritas. Julius Caesar dedicated his life to gaining auctoritas. Didn't dedicate his life to just sitting there and I want to be a millionaire or something like that. Oh, I want to be worth £1 billion. I want to sell a company to venture capital. It's he dedicated his life to auctoritas. The reason why he became emperor of Rome is because it is the position where you have the most auctoritas. There was 2 ways to gain auctoritas. by gaining political office and winning military glory. Now, we're not in the days of sword and shield and going out and marching north to go conquer lands and being like the first person to step foot on Britain. You know, we're not that guy. As much as I wish I was, as much as I wish I could go around the world crusading, I can't do that. So how do we gain Octoritas then? Because Julius Caesar did it. He became the greatest, one of the greatest military leaders ever. He did that through Octoritas. So how do we gain Octoritas? So first one, gaining political office. What did Julius Caesar have to do in order to actually gain a following? Followers. In order to win in politics. Because to win in politics, you need to have followers. How did he gain followers? People that came with him, people that backed his cause. Well, Caesar actually had to go out there and to risk his life, actually inspire people, stand in front of armies and convince them, come with me, forget your current leader, come with me instead. They could quite easily just turn around and kill him. But to think about how hard it must have been to actually gain followers in times like that. But then you fast forward to today, and it's like all you really have to do is talk online, post content, put yourself out there, do some group calls. You know, it's really not that hard in order to gain followers nowadays. But the only way you're going to get followers is the same way that Julius Caesar did. Julius Caesar was able to win the hearts of his soldiers, to win the hearts of people, because he adopted what I like to call the savage mentality. He was always willing to do the hard work, especially when he just didn't have to. When he was already doing well, he always would go out there to do the hard work. So Julius Caesar was the type of man to be if someone around the camp is complaining, oh, it's cold. He'd be like, what do you mean? It's cold? Are you not a soldier of the Roman Republic? You're cold. And then just start taking his armour off in front of the men and then putting out the fire and just going to sleep cold. What do you mean cold? You a bitch? He'd actually just be there. If it was raining and there was the men were complaining about the rain, okay, cool. I'll stand there, embrace the rain. He'd just stand there and embrace the rain for hours. The stories of Julius Caesar marching, ruthlessly just marching for no reason at all, just marching with no end, just to show the men that marching is not a difficult thing to do. It's he was always out there leading by example, and I think that's the thing. I think that's the first way that you gain Octoritas. You know, in terms of gaining political office, you bring that to the modern world. I think leading by example to the point where people want to follow you. That's how you do that in the modern world. And I think that is going to be a thing that really helps you excel in sales. I saw it in door-to-door sales massively. Because you've got to think about it. So your Octoritas is your aura, it's your energy. And you've got to think about not just sales tactics and the individual customer, but you've got to think about things on a macro level. Because your energy is everything that you do. If you've got good energy, you've got good Octoritas, every single thing that you do from that point forward is amplified. So what can I do in order to maximize my energy? Well, you've got to understand that if you've got people following you, you've got people that want to listen to you, you've got people that respect you and look up to you because you're leading by example and people want to be like you, they want to hang around you, they want to learn things from you. What is that going to do for your Octoritas? What is that going to do for your energy? It's a compounding effect. This is why people just make it look effortless to win, is because they've hit the compounding curve. They've hit the compounding effect. I can tell you for a fact that it was easier for me to make sales in door-to-door sales as a team leader than when I was a new starter. Because as a team leader, yes, I've got more experience, but more importantly, my energy is better. Because I'm actually going onto the field and it's boys, watch me. You're not in my position, yeah. You're not yet, but if you watch me, you will be. I've got this energy from all of my boys that are looking up to me like I'm the god of door-to-door sales. That is good for a man's aura. If you had 5 people following you around every day, just so excited to watch you work, think about how much harder you'd probably work, because that is so good for your aura. Right? Yeah, door-to-door. In door-to-door sales, they used to call me SEAL Team 6. It's if one of my trainees was drowning, they'd ship me in there. Boom, I'm over there. Forget my sales for the rest of the day. Give me your tablet. I'll show you how it's done. And I'd always make magic happen. I mean, that's even how I met my girlfriend. She was drowning. 1 hour left on the clock. 1 hour left on the clock, and I was like, bang, 3 sales, like that, easy. Octoritas. So yeah, the first point there is focus on leading by example. Doing the work every single day, doing the small things, going out there and showing the way, and to the point where people actually want to follow you. Posting content's a good one as well. Doing group calls for your sales community, or if you are an online coach, making the group calls as valuable as possible to the point where people respect what you have to say. Incredible for your aura. Incredible. You know, the whole stuff about like doing the hard work and like waking up every day, completing your daily objectives in silence when no one can see it. That's even more powerful as well, because what you're now doing is you're not winning the respect of other people, but you're winning the respect of yourself. And when you do those things when no one else is looking, like today, it's absolutely freezing in Croatia, genuinely freezing. We don't have heating in that house. We've got a fire. I had to wake up this morning. The first thing I had to do is get the fire going so that when everyone else wakes up, the house might be a little bit warm for them at least. I did not want to wake up this morning. I've never woke up like so early in a long time. I've not slept in actually 2 days until last night, so I kind of wanted a bit of extra sleep. Woke up under the blanket. It was freezing. I'm there with my girlfriend. Did I want to get out of bed now? But doing those things, winning those small mental battles is incredible for your own self-respect, which is gonna, in turn, be very, very good for your aura, for your octoritas. The people that are so confident. Confidence comes from self-respect. I'm 100% convinced on that. 100% convinced. If you know you do the work every single day, you're going to be unbelievably confident. I think of people like Conor McGregor in this scenario when he was facing Jose Aldo. Everyone's like, yeah, this guy's off his fucking rockers. This guy's nuts. He's not taking out Jose. But Conor was so unbelievably confident because he knew he put in the work. And that was octoritas. Conor McGregor's a big one for studying octoritas. Obviously, his ego got the better of him. Keep your ego in check. But what made Conor successful was his octoritas. His opponents could feel it. There's a reason why all of his opponents would go into the octagon just shit scared, because they could feel the conviction, the octoritas, all of the followers. But then the next one anyway. So the second way that you increase the octoritas is by winning military glory. Well, what the hell does that mean in today's world? Like, you're not going to go out there with sword and shield. And I think that just means becoming an expert, becoming a master, truly taking the time to master your craft. Because in order to win military glory, back when you could do that sort of thing, what would you have to do is you'd have to just be the best swordsman and the best general, have the best tactics. That's what you'd have to do. So in today's day and age, what do we do as salespeople and as entrepreneurs who want to make bank, who want to make more money, who want to build things and like actually have an impact on the world? Like, we want to go down in history as great people like Julius Caesar. Well, how do we do that? We're not going to get really good with fucking nunchucks. What we're going to do there is whatever it is that we're working towards, we're going to get really, really good at it. No, we're not going to get we're going to become the best at it. We are going to become the best. If you're in high ticket sales, you need to make sure that you are pound for pound number one, undisputed, world champ. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be doing so many reps every single day, like really putting intention behind it. See, I think intention is like the main thing that separates someone that's average and incredible. Because everyone can learn the thing, and everyone can do the thing. But when you do the thing with intention, that's when you actually get better. You have to have the intention every day to want to get better. I know people at boxing that are still shit. They've been training for 5 years. Why? Because they're not training to get better every day. If you wake up every single day and it's like, how can I get better today? How can I make my business better? How can I close more sales calls today? How can I have that extra 1% more energy on my sales calls today? Then you are going to thrive on a long enough time frame. So the second way to get octoritas is just through results, like just through results. There's no way around results, but it's a compounding curve. The more results you get, the more octoritas you get, the more octoritas you get, the more results you get, and it's a massive positive feedback loop. But you can't cheat the results. It's where it's slow to start with, but once you get going, you just don't let your foot off the gas and keep it going. We're in an industry now in high ticket sales and high ticket coaching. We're in an industry now where it's such a low barrier to entry. There's so many people in this market right now. And because so many people can get started for free today, it's so easy to get started. What that means is there's so many new people coming into the market. So many new people coming into this space. So the only way to separate yourself from these people is just to make yourself better, just to have more results, have more credibility. have more credibility, and then you'll have more confidence. Like, I've got confidence. It's like I look at all of these high-tech coaches around me, and I'm just like, nigga, these guys have been here for like 2 minutes. Like, I've been in this space since 2021, the start of 2021. Like, these guys have been here for 2 seconds. Like, I know I'm better than all these people, and that gives me optoritis. I mean, even in a sense, I know optoritas has changed my life. Everything that I've said in this video, it really hits home, because it's like, as soon as I learned this, I remember learning this, and I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. This actually makes so much sense. And I just started thinking about it and applying it to all the different scenarios in my life. And even now, today, with my online coaching business, I'm doing 50K a month revenue, like as like minimum standard. You know, at least 35, 40K cash collected, 50K revenue. It's like pretty standard work at this point. And I've not even been trying. And I was actually thinking like, okay, well, you know, there used to be times where I would really, really try. I mean, even my first 40K cash collected month, which was in March or May, something like that. This year, 40K cash collected month, my first one. I was on the doors, and I was also running my business. I really, really had to give that everything I had. I was trying so hard to do that. Meetings with my team, and I was like, how can we do this? How can we do that? Oh, we need to close someone today. But like now, for like the last few months, I've not even really cared, but I'm still hitting the same baseline. And I'm just thinking like, oh, like, how does this happen? But I think it's just because of my energy, just because of my aura, just because of my autoritas. I'm not saying that like, you know, I'm just that fucking guy. I'm just that guy walking around and I've got insane aura. But like, I do think that a big part of why my business is still doing very, very well is because I do have a certain element of autoritas. Even with my personal brand is, I'm not posting stuff on my Instagram just to try and get clicks or views or collect cash. I've actually just been posting a message that I think is going to impact the world, that I'm passionate about. And I've getting like referrals at the moment. I've been getting at least like 15K cash collected at the moment, just through other alpha setters telling other people to join. Just because I've been putting effort into my group calls. You know, I've been building in silence. The meetups have been incredible. I think autoritas is the big one. I really do think. And now when I combine autoritas with actually just putting everything out there, I've not even posted wins or testimonials for like 6 months or something ridiculous. Wait until I start doing that again, and I'm going to absolutely bang it in the space. But yeah, really different video. No one talks about stuff like this. And this is where I'm going to talk about a lot more stuff like this, because I spend so much time reading books, spend so much time learning. I've invested in, obviously, like 50 grand in mentors at this point. But some of the best lessons that I've ever learned is from looking at historical people of the past. Like, some of the greatest lessons I've learned, genuinely. So, I mean, for the rest of this video, I guess I'll give you guys a little tour of where we're at in Croatia at the moment. You can see my brother. It's actually it's autumn in the UK right now, but like, I'm telling you, it must be actually winter here because it's freezing. But yeah, for the rest of the video, we'll just go around and fly the drones. But I hope you enjoyed this anyway, guys. So I've never, like, I don't even know how to communicate how much opportunity is in this space at the moment. High ticket sales, high ticket coaching. It's like, I kind of always thought like eventually it's probably going to die down a little bit, but it's been mad. It's been insane. It's been absolutely insane that the way that this market is aging, developing, growing. So much money to be made. And when I look back to when I first started, it's still kind of hard to even, I never really knew it was going to be like this. I never knew that I was going to be out here just making, you know, between 30 and 50 grand a month, just like without really trying. But now that I'm going to try, now this is the time where you've got to see the opportunity like a Viking raid. You've got to get into the market now and treat it like a Viking raid that you are going to get in and absolutely capitalize on this market and set yourself up forever. That's my mission now. I've already retired my mum. I've already paid off my stepdad's mortgage. I've hired my best friend, flew him here as my creative director. My brother, providing, like, he's a part, I got him as a part of the business, and now him and his girlfriend are traveling around Thailand and Australia. But now it's the time to be able to be like, Mum, here's a house, or Mum, here's a new car. Like, now that's the new mission. I've taken care of everyone, but now it's time to like really step that to the next level. So yeah, treat it like a Viking raid, boys. Go hard. Don't half-heart this industry. Don't get in this industry and kind of dilly-dally. Like, just treat it full on seriously. Change your life forever. But yeah, let's go do a drone tour of the area. I've got the drone in the air now. Let me just show you guys Let me show you guys where I'm at, just so that you can actually see how beautiful this place is. All right, so let me go up. Yeah, I flew us all out just so that we can, as you can see here, we're quite literally in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's these houses here, but apart from that, there's nothing. We had to drive 30 minutes yesterday just to find somewhere, anywhere, just a small little shop to buy food. It's like the only thing we have to be careful of here is bears and wild boars. But even stuff like this gives you arteritis, because we've come here to strategize, to plan the next moves of our business now, to strategize on how we're going to scale. Like, because I'm actually going to treat business seriously now. Like, I'm actually gonna go for it, and you're going to see the results of that. But think about how much arteritis I gain knowing that who else does this? Who else just flies their team out to like literally the middle of nowhere to do nothing other than work? Like, full on flying people out, going on holiday, getting on flights. You know, even brought the girls with us. And we're not doing anything. We're not going anywhere. We're just going to be here for the next 7 days, doing nothing other than just planning and working. You know, so it's a pretty insane place. I definitely think we're going to get some even arteritis just from this. That is the purpose of this. I think the best way that you get arteritis is by doing things that other people are not willing to do. That was Caesar's philosophy. But yeah, boys, I enjoyed that video anyway, boys. Hope you've enjoyed this. I apply the lessons, because arteritas, like, genuinely, it's going to be the thing that you're going to walk into a room and people are going to treat you better. You're going to get more opportunities. You're going to be more respected, and you're going to start to attract. Like, this is the whole thing. Like, we've heard of like the law of attraction and manifestation, but I think arteritas is actually the key to that, because when you've got that arteritas and you've got that confidence in yourself, that you know that you're going to achieve things, that's when the things do start coming to you. You know, you're not chasing, you are actually attracting things into your life. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, boys. Subscribe for more content like this, and as always, keep grinding.